Hey, River House, Pastor Jordan here,
I'm Benji.
and welcome to our 21-day devotional series. These are a series of videos meant to coincide with the corporate fast that we are embarking on as a community. And what you're about to listen to are some short clips from some long-form conversations that Benji and I have had over the last few weeks.
Our hope and prayer is that these conversations would magnify the name of Jesus and draw you closer to his presence these 21 days. Bless you. I wonder if, for someone who feels like anytime I go to that space of silence, my attention just drifts a lot. I get really distracted.
That's such a good question.
I'm not praying well. I'm immediately thinking about what I'm going to do that day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where should the attention go? Or what are some guideposts?
That's
for
such a good question.
How to direct
So I have
attention?
two thoughts. First, this comes from spiritual mentor in my life, Rick Irish. He's been a spiritual father to me and a spiritual director to me for the last 10 years almost. Crazy enough. Rick, if you're listening, shout out. But just recently we met and I was asking him about his prayer life. And he was saying that he pictures himself as if he's sitting on a grassy hill looking down on a peaceful river, and on the river is floating like different ships and cargo and these things. And he said they represent his thoughts. And he said the temptation that I have is to seize hold of those thoughts and to begin cerebralizing or problem solving, or like if there's an issue or a crisis going on in your life, sometimes those are the biggest ships on the water and you want to grab hold. And he said, so my practice of daily relinquishment is I just watch those thoughts and then I relinquish and I let those thoughts float by. And he said, and I will just let my thoughts flow by like ships until I feel that the Spirit has taken hold of me and there's an inner liberty. And we all know that when the Spirit of God has sway in us. And he's like, and I feel at that point, is what he was saying, is that the Lord's ready to begin praying through me, and with me. And I just, so much wisdom in that. And so I found that image to be, he just shared this with me a couple weeks ago. And it was just really impactful image. And then one thing that I've just started doing actually more recently is the Lord was bringing some correction to my life of ordering my heart and the alignment of my desires and around like the Lord, my marriage, the children, the church would be like the natural outflow, but the church or whatever's the most needy can often be that which starts to creep into the desire. So one of the things I've started doing in my prayer life is I've actually started boundarying off on the inside. I will not pray for the church or engage in this issue until I have just blessed and honored the Lord and just loved on Jesus and nurtured that. And then I'll spend time praying for my marriage and my wife and blessing her. And then I will pray for Carmel and Naomi. And then I will pray for covenant friendships in my life. And then I will pray for the church. And then I will engage in problems. And that's some structure that just in the last month of my life, I've been bringing. That's maybe my rendition of kind of what Rick was sharing of, no, I'm actually not going to seize hold of the urgent right now and bring the urgent to the Lord in prayer, because it becomes a form of control. We're I'm actually just trying to get you to problem solve that which is distressing me. So I'm going to surrender. I'm going to let that big, hairy problem just float on by. And I'm going to spend 10 minutes blessing my wife and praying for her.
Wow.
There's something that just lovely. Is aligned in that. And so because I've been convicted. It's if my prayer life is not prioritized, how is my actual life going to be prioritized?
That's really good. Centering it on the Lord first. Loving the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and strength. And then loving your neighbor as yourself in that order. That's really helpful. And of course, the same thing applies for someone who is single. I like the way that you used the words covenant friendships. Yeah. Who are the people in my family that isn't family by blood that I can bless, who are in my inner circle? Jesus had those.
Absolutely.
So those kinds of prayers apply to all of us. Thank you for that framework. It's really helpful. It reminds me also of The Letters of a Modern Mystic by Frank Laubach, which is a book you gave me years ago.
Such a good book. Read it.
Read it. Wrecked me. Wonderful. One thing that Frank said early on, I don't know if you remember this, but he said, I can be so critical toward myself that my attention draws away from the Lord 100 times every minute during prayer. And then there was one time the Lord so gently and kindly said, don't think of it like 100 times your attention has gone from me, Frank. Instead, it's 100 opportunities for you to come back to me.
Oh. Yeah.
And that just said everything I needed to hear.
Wow.
That I don't need to be self-critical in the place of prayer.
Yeah.
This is a relational place of belonging and love.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
So thank you for recommending the book. It kind of brings tears to my eyes because of what that has done for me in my prayer life. Thank you.
It's so rich.
Silence, key. I also heard once this metaphor that when I can be in silence before the Lord, it's like I'm a plant photosynthesizing, like trying to catch the sunlight. Or like a solar panel, just like soaking in the goodness of God. And that doesn't require me being verbal. There's something beautiful we learn about ourselves and about the Lord in that place.
And one of the things Rick shared with me the last time I was with him, is he was talking about the process of sanctification. He was like, so much of the work of the Spirit takes place like deep within, like a place deeper than words can even touch. And I let Rick's in his, I think you're in your late 70s. He's probably listening. So he's in his late 60s, but he's got a lot of experience. And I love getting around people who have deeply walked with the Lord for decades, because there's just this depth that emerges. And it was so grounding even hearing him say that, of like, wow. Yeah, like I love what you're saying of a solar panel, because it really it's grace. Like it's like that God in prayer actually does work within us, just in us being with him and being in his presence, that like we don't even know how to ask for. Yeah. We don't even know exactly how to pray.